friends. I just wanted to hop on here real quick because there's quite a bit going around and things you need to know. So I just wanted to try to, in a very simple, straightforward way, talk to you about some of the things that have been happening in the legislature in New Hampshire to keep you up to speed. So, legislation. We knew that more legislation would be coming with the mass exodus of public school because of the pandemic and their sort of one-size-fits-all approach to that. Families are turning to educational options. Private school enrollment has been up. Homeschooling has more than doubled in the state of New Hampshire. And as you know, as you see from all of our groups and Facebook posts, that we're doing our best to support all these families in New Hampshire. So as funding is tied to public schools in a way that they get more funding for the students that are in the seats, that is going to be a priority for public schools. So as you can see, that is going to be an issue for them. On the flip side, we currently have legislation for more educational options for families in the form of EFA accounts or a school choice bill. So you've seen us posting and Granite State Home Educators' response and lots of confusion out there about the school choice bill. So first of all, I want to just say right out the gate that homeschoolers typically love school choice. We are school choice. We believe in parental rights. We believe in parents being able to choose the best educational setting for their children. And that is something that is a core belief that typically homeschoolers like myself who are in it for the long haul, we all hold. So a school choice, we're all for it. We are it. We've chosen homeschooling for many reasons. They're varied, but it all comes down to we believe in parental rights. So homeschoolers love school choice. What we don't love is well-meaning legislation that inadvertently puts our liberties as homeschoolers, as educators at home in New Hampshire at risk. So right now we have legislation. You've probably read some of the articles. It's been all on the media, on the news, because this is a big deal for New Hampshire. So HB 20 is the House Bill 20. It has some good points, and I'm just going to give my personal opinion on this. First of all, please, please, please read the articles, do the research, understand the different positions, definitely. But my opinion is that this bill includes language that puts me and my liberties as a home educator in New Hampshire at risk. It's not blatant, blunt language that says, this, that, or the other thing, but it opens the door for people who don't like home educating, who are fiercely, a lot of times, against it, for further legislation, for further government overreach, for treating us differently as home educators and holding us to a different standard than they do other educational settings. So those of us who've been listening to the public hearings on HB 20, we have heard exactly this from public school superintendents, from teachers' unions, from certain representatives. They believe about us certain things, like that we don't know what's best for our children, that we're too stupid to make that choice for our children, and they know what is best for our kids. So we all remember the former representative who even went to the extent of accusing home educators of abuse, of drug abuse. So those people who already think that we are doing something that needs more oversight, more legislation, more government interference in our home education of our children. Those are the people who oppose school choice. Those are the people who oppose this bill. So we have, in some instances, been lumped in with those folks, which is incredible to me. But at this point, that's where we're at. But I just wanted to say that you can get involved. You can have your voice heard. You can be on the side of school choice. You can be a supporter of New Hampshire families and, spread that knowledge that school choice and being able to make the best decision for your children is the right path for New Hampshire. But you also need to know that any legislation that comes up, even how minute it might seem, that puts the liberty of New Hampshire home educators at risk by opening the door for further legislation, government overreach, by using language that could at some point down the road come back to bite us. We don't want it. Okay, so that's where I'm at. That's where a lot of us are at. And we want to make clear that we love school choice. We live it. We are it. We fight for it. But at the same time, in looking for school choice in New Hampshire and putting forth, this EFA bill or any voucher program, anything like that, where the money follows the child, we need to do it right. We need to make sure that homeschoolers are not being thrown under the bus for the sake of the bill. And that's where we're at. So I just wanted to give you my opinion on it. That's my opinion. Okay. If you want to get involved, please do. You can write the House Education Committee. They're still reading. There was just such a backup of testimony on this one. House Education Committee at leg.state.nh.us. And if you send an email that way, that will automatically go to all the members on the House Education Committee. And so write your state rep as well. Call them up, email them. Understand where they stand on this legislation. Some of them don't even know where they stand on this legislation. Get educated so that you can educate them. This is a big deal in New Hampshire, and we just want to say we support families and educational options. We do. But we are very, very cautious, and we are very aware of those folks who want to create more oversight and treat us differently and not on our watch. So this is Amanda and my opinions. And if you have any questions and if you want to get involved, really, please do. Throw your hat in the ring. We'd love to hear from you. There is a Facebook group that specifically puts out and follows this legislation, led by our fearless Michelle Lavelle, but GSHE Action. So Granite State Home Educators, short, GSHE Action is the name of the Facebook group if you would like to get involved.